Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Golden State Warriors news: how Draymond Green feels about race for 10th seed versus Rockets. Following a 114-110 defeat against the 49-22 Minnesota Timberwolves on Sunday, the Golden State Warriors fell to a 36-34 record on the season. They are currently the Western Conference's 10th seed. Minnesota is the 3rd seed, 2.5 games behind the 39-32 Los Angeles Lakers. The 35-35 Houston Rockets, having now won 8 consecutive contests, and 9 of 10, are suddenly nipping at Golden State's heels and threatening to oust the 2022 league champs from the postseason picture entirely, with the regular season racing towards its conclusion in just a few weeks. Asked after the loss, Golden State's 2nd in a row and 6th in its last 10, star center/power forward Draymond Green seemed flippant about the prospect of being overtaken by Houston, per Anthony Slater of The Athletic. Green, the most vocal of the club's 3 future Hall of Fame vets, alongside Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, often sets the tone for how Golden State approaches its opposition. Take a look to hear his thoughts. "I don't give a damn about the Rockets," Green claimed on Sunday, as the news emerged that the team had climbed to being just 1 game behind Golden State in the race for the Western Conference's 10th seed, thanks to the Warriors' loss. "We lose a lot of games that we should win," Green said by way of explanation for the Warriors' lackluster record to this point. "In this league, you have to win games you're supposed to win and steal a few that you're not supposed to win." The number 12-seeded Utah Jazz, who at 29-42 are 6.5 games behind the Rockets with just 11 contests remaining in their season, seem to be pretty much out of the play-in race in the West. So, barring a Lakers collapse, LA trails the 7th and 8th-seeded Sacramento Kings and Dallas Mavericks, both 41-29, by 2.5 games. This race for the 10th seed ultimately seems to be between Golden State and Houston, with the latter team enjoying all the momentum. But the Warriors do boast an advantage over the Rockets in one key respect. Per Tankathon, the Warriors have a significantly easier strength of schedule remaining for their final 12 games of the regular season. Their upcoming opponents have a cumulative .460 record, good for just the 25th toughest, i.e. 6th easiest, schedule in the league. Houston's final 12 opponents this year, meanwhile, have a .516 win percentage, the 11th toughest in the NBA. The Rockets are also without nominally their best player, third-year center Alperen Sengun. The 6 feet 11 inches big man suffered a grade 3 ankle sprain on March 10. But the team has made do by moving power forward Jabari Smith Jr. into the center spot for extended minutes, and even, occasionally, rookie small forward Amen Thompson, and his athleticism, along with the improved scoring of shooting guard Jalen Green, he's been on fire since All-Star Weekend, seems to have papered over Sengun's absence, at least for now. Draymond Green's frustration evident after latest loss. When Alperen Sengun went down with a potentially season-ending injury on March 10, many expected the Rockets to throw in the proverbial towel in pursuit of a playoff berth. At the time, the 10th-seeded Warriors, 33-30, had a comfortable lead over the Rockets, 29-35, and the injury to Houston's best player was meant to give Golden State more wiggle room over Ime Udoka's inexperienced squad. Or so we thought. Over the past 2 weeks, the Rockets, in large part due to Jalen Green's spectacular play, have narrowed the gap. On Sunday night, the Warriors suffered a 114-110 loss to the Timberwolves less than 24 hours after the Rockets extended their winning streak to 8 with a 147-119 demolition of the Jazz. As a result, the Warriors, 36-34, are now just a game ahead of the streaking Rockets, 35-35. After Golden State's loss Sunday, a visibly upset Draymond Green was in no mood to discuss the threat posed by Houston. "I don't give a damn about the Rockets," Green told reporters when asked about the state of the Western Conference standings, via Anthony Slater of The Athletic. Green lamented the fact that Golden State blew a 12-point lead for a whopping 13th time this season. Only the lowly Spurs have blown as many double-digit leads. We've lost a lot of games we were supposed to win, Green rued. In this league, you have to win the games you're supposed to win and steal a few that you're not supposed to win. But if you lose the ones you're supposed to win, you're in for a long ride. Perhaps Green's frustration stems from the realization that Houston has the requisite momentum to surpass his team. It's worth noting that the Rockets don't stand to benefit from entering the proverbial tank mode since they owe their first-round pick to the Thunder as part of the Russell Westbrook trade from 2019. As such, Udoka's team is incentivized to make the playoffs and earn some reps in high-pressure moments. He is the offense. Rudy Gobert sighs the difference as Minnesota outlasts Golden State. Anthony Edwards is the best player on the Timberwolves roster, hands down. But, on different nights, different players throughout the squad may prove to be Minnesota's most valuable player. And, against Golden State, Minnesota's most valuable player might just be Rudy Gobert. The Warriors played hard and well Sunday in Minneapolis. The Golden State Warriors' week-long road trip begins on Sunday night with their matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The game will be played at 4 p.m. Pacific Time in Minneapolis and can be watched on NBC Sports Bay Area. Golden State suffered another disappointing defeat in front of the Chase Center crowd after losing to the Indiana Pacers on Friday night, 123-111. Aside from Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, who led the team with 25 and 17 points, respectively, the rest of the Warriors struggled to find their shot with no one else scoring above 13 points. Their defense wasn't much better, especially in the third quarter where they found themselves trailing by as much as 17 points after leading by 1 at halftime. The loss brings the Warriors' home record below .500 once again, leaving head coach Steve Kerr searching for answers after the game. Golden State now embarks on a 5-game road trip starting with tonight's matchup against the Timberwolves. The time away from the Bay may be a blessing in disguise as the Warriors are 18-14 on the road this season, including 5-2 since the All-Star break. However, tonight's game against a physical Minnesota team will be a challenging one. They currently hold the third-best record in the West at 48-22 and the league's best defensive rating at 108.3. Timberwolves center Rudy Gobert continues to anchor that side of the floor for them, averaging 2.1 blocks per game this season. Meanwhile, starting shooting guard Anthony Edwards is carrying the load on the offensive side of the ball, averaging 27.4 points in his last 10 games as his fellow All-Star teammate, Karl-Anthony Towns, continues his recovery from a meniscus surgery. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Rudy Gobert? Leave your opinion in the comments.